but he like rolled out and just lined me on the floor, beat my ass, picked me up, F5 me on the guardrail to where when I hit the guardrail, like I just hit and bounced right back over on the floor. But then he just picked me right back up because I guess he wanted me to stay there. And then he said, "All right, here we go again." And then he threw me up again. And I'm just like, what the hell?
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.
Well, something that you two both have in common that I'd love to get into is not having the best of luck with Brock Lesnar. Heath, we all know the I Got Kids
Oh, God.
You had a few run-ins with Lesnar. You told a great story about the I Got Kids segment last time. I'm curious if you remember this other one earlier on in your career with 3MB, where he took all three, and I think you got F5'd. You got F5'd on a barricade. Do you remember that run-in with Brock? Was that your first official time?
I think that was my first time with Brock. And that whole barricade segment, man, it was like I got F5'd on that twice. Not once, but twice on the barricade. Yeah. You know? So it was like something happened to where he like dominated Drew and Jinder, and then I was about to step in to attack him, and then he like spotted me, and I was like, oh no. So I like tried to get out of the ring and run away, but he like rolled out and just lined me on the floor, beat my ass, picked me up, F5 me on the guardrail to where when I hit the guardrail, like I just hit and bounced right back over on the floor. But then he just picked me right back up because I guess he wanted me to stay there. And then he said, "All right, here we go again." And then he threw me up again. And I'm just like, what the hell? So I just literally landed right on the guardrail, and I made sure I stuck, like to where
I remember your hands. Yeah.
Bro, my hands hit the floor, but I stopped myself. But my shin, dude, hit this metal beam on the other side.
No.
Brother. And we were going to Europe for 16 days after this to do a whole European tour. And brother, I remember I was bruised. I was limping the whole tour, the whole damn tour, man. And like, I remember Drew and Jinder was doing most of the work for it. To where then, like, when I would have to work, I'm just like, oh God, like I'm wrapping it, like it hurts like a bitch, man. It just hurts like a son of a gun. And then, like, I remember I'm doing everything, but it's bare minimum and everything. But I had to work some of the shows because, I mean, hell, they can't work 16 matches in a row, But it was like I'm limping and working. Like, it was just like, good God, like, I just had to get F5 twice, right? Just twice, right? Like, one wasn't enough, man.
Mm-hmm.
But
and
yeah, but that was that story with that, man. Like, the whole 3-on-B thing. I got F5 twice, my shin hit a metal beam, and I had 16 days in Europe limping around trying to work.
Oh my God.
And having had quite a bit of memorable moments with Brock, what was your relationship like with someone like Lesnar?
Dude, honestly, Brock's one of those guys, like, he's intimidating. He is. Like, I mean, he's one of those guys, like, you would put him in the Avengers, you know what I mean? Like, he's like one of those guys, like, he can be the Incredible Hulk's cousin, like, whatever.
I love that.
Something like that. But no, Brock's one of those guys, like, legit. Like, at first, when you work with him, it's like, oh, shit, man, this is Brock Lesnar. But once you get to know him and you work with him a few times, dude, he becomes a dude, down-to-earth, cool dude, man. Like, he's always, like, every time he saw me, like, after I worked with him a couple times, he's like, "Oh, Heath, man, how you doing, man? How's the family?" Like, always, just nice, nice and cool. But it takes time. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't just happen overnight. It's like he works with you once and then he'll say hi to you. He works with you twice and he's like, "Oh, man, how you been?" He works with you 3 times and he wants to know how your family's doing,
You earned his respect. That's it.
So it's like one of those things. There's like a little pecking order. But no, but like, yeah, exactly.
Pay your Brock dues,
yeah, but it's one of those things where, like, nah, it's just like, I mean, it's just, I guess, like with anybody, he's just one of those guys where you have to earn the respect, he has to get to know you before he'll talk to you. But then there's other guys that will just talk to anybody, you know, and you don't even know if they like you or don't, you know. So
Yeah.
Who knows?
So he does give a shit about your kids, though. That's cool to hear behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes, he's cool. Yeah. On television, he don't give a damn.
No, not at all.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.